The Estop does light up, but perhaps not as bright as that had shown. But it's simple to do. This is the E-type stop that has it. And basically all you do is you put a LED through the centre. Now, to achieve that on this particular type, you need to snap off these plastic covers. In the middle there's a plastic membrane. You can just put the drill in through there, and same diameter as what you need for your LED. Push that through. Then you solder your appropriate resistor to the correct end of the LED. Now, if you're going to run 5 volts or 12 volts or 24 volts, that's up to you to decide. Then, where the terminals are, that is normally open and normally closed. Now, the E-stop is set on one of them. So that means that when the button is pressed, if they were open, it will then close, or if they were closed, they will then open. But on the other side, they are the opposite. So one's normally open, one's normally closed. When that one closes, the other one opens. So that's what you use to trigger your LED. So it's off when the E-stop is in the correct position. Then when it's triggered, you then trigger the LED to light up. Quite simple. You can get an LED off one of those old lamps and lights. There's thousands of them around at the moment. Now, in this particular type of LED, E-stop, there's no room. It's a solid plastic type. But what you can do is do what they do in the later electronic gear, where they have the blue light. Instead of having a solid steel hole, you have a larger one and you fill that with perspex. And then the globe, frosted perspex would be best. Then the LED, blue LED, fits anywhere around, and that lights up with the terminals as well. But what I like to also do is to add a bit of, to make the E-stop look a lot better, is by adding these yellow backing to it. So what you need for that is one of your old sauce bottles. You move the lid, then you are left with the nozzle. You need to grip that, and with vice grips overcome the taper part of the head inside there. So that comes off. Then you're just left with the yellow section. You grip it by the little section in the middle there in your lathe. You then trim this down till it's just flush to that surface. And if you haven't got a lathe, you can just cut it along with a sharp knife blade and then just file it or trim it down. Then all you have to do is, then the way I do it is I grip it in a lathe, turn that, and then I use a end mill slot drill the exact diameter of the locking part of that E-stop, and then just come in. It needs to be flat bottom because that's the smaller diameter, and if whatever you're using is a larger diameter, you only get one chance cutting it and it will then come loose. Or you could grip it in a mill or a drill and just use a step drill and step drill in it, just making sure that you don't cut your fingers. So once that little lip is cut off, you then just screw it in, and it makes it look a lot more attractive, a lot more professional, and may even cover up some holes that you've drilled wrong. So that's the E-stop mod. Now your E-stop can do what my Estop can do. Thanks for watching.